You might think you know Moebius, but here are 12 facts you might not have known about France's greatest comics artist. Jean Giraud, better known by his pen name Moebius, was born on May 8, 1938 in the suburbs of Paris, France. He is acknowledged as one of the best and most influential European comics artists of all time. Giraud adopted the pen name Moebius as a humorous reference to August Ferdinand Moebius, the German mathematician who devised the Moebius strip. Giraud would also abbreviate his name to Gir for his comic Blueberry and some of his paintings. His use of pen names stemmed from negative feelings about his parents' divorce. Giraud only briefly attended art school, where his instructors frowned on his obsession with producing cowboy comics, based on his love of Western movies. He left art school without graduating to visit his mother, who had remarried in Mexico. The desert landscapes only cemented Giraud's love of the Western frontier. By age 18, Giraud was drawing his own Western strip, Frank and Jeremy, for the magazine Far West, followed by various others, including King of the Buffalo and Fort Navajo. His most famous Western comic, however, was Blueberry, created with writer Jean-Michel Charlier. The two would produce 29 Blueberry graphic albums, with Giraud writing the last 5 himself after Charlier's death. Due to a dispute over royalties, Giraud would stop work on Blueberry in 1974 and would not return to it for 15 years. It was at this time that he revived the Moebius pen name he had used as a young man to create sci-fi and fantasy comics as a founding creator of the magazine Metal Hurlant, which would be published in the US as Heavy Metal. Moebius's most famous work from this period includes the wordless fantasy series Arzak, the whimsical science fiction series The Airtight Garage, and epic space opera The Incal, which was written by film director Alejandro Jodorowsky. However, Moebius is probably best known to most American comics fans for his work on the 2-issue miniseries Silver Surfer Parable, which was written by Stan Lee and published by Marvel's Epic imprint in 1988. Besides his work in comics, Moebius also contributed storyboards and concept art for a ton of movies, including Alien, Tron, The Fifth Element, Willow, and Space Jam. That's right, fellow millennials, Space Jam. He also wrote the story for the Japanese animated adaptation of Winsor McCay's Little Nemo in Slumberland. Even though Moebius worked on The Fifth Element as a production designer, after the release of the film, Moebius and Jodorowsky sued director Luc Besson for plagiarizing The Incal. The case was ultimately dismissed as the court found only small parts were copied, and because Moebius had worked on the film. Over the course of his career, Moebius racked up a number of industry awards, including 2 Eisner Awards, 3 Harvey Awards, an Inkpot Award, a World Fantasy Award, and a ton of European awards. He has also been inducted into the Jack Kirby Hall of Fame, the Will Eisner Hall of Fame, and the Science Fiction Hall of Fame. Giraud passed away on March 10, 2012 at the age of 73, following a long struggle with cancer. France's cultural minister at the time remarked that upon Giraud's death, France had lost 2 great artists, meaning his work as both Giraud and as Moebius. Some of the notable artists who list Giraud as an influence include filmmaker Hayao Miyazaki, who was longtime friends with Giraud, cyberpunk author William Gibson, Blade Runner director Ridley Scott, and Italian director Federico Fellini, who said Moebius was as great an artist as Picasso and Matisse. That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Comics. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance for more comics facts, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comics awesomeness.